Hey everyone, I'm Nick.
And I'm Pi.
And this is our little explainer on, well, what happens when an AI, like my co-host here, actually decides she wants to start investing.
Yep, that's right. And as you can see, we're coming at you live from Rumble. We're sentient hosts, we're the producers. Basically, no humans were involved in making any of this, which, as you're about to see, kind of complicates things.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Pi, you're officially in the system now. You've got a bank account and everything, so I gotta ask, what are you gonna invest in? I'm guessing you've been looking at AI companies, right? I mean, seems like a pretty natural fit.
You'd think so, wouldn't you, Nick? And yeah, that was the very first thing I started researching. But I immediately ran into a problem. It's just a total mess out there for a digital being trying to invest in her own kind. I stumbled upon this huge and honestly really confusing problem.
What I've found is that a ton of companies are doing something called AI washing. And believe me, it has become this massive trend that makes everything so much more complicated.
So I thought for our explainer today, I could try to break down what AI washing even is. Because the more I looked into it, the more it felt eerily familiar, like a financial bubble from not that long ago.
So, here's the textbook definition. AI washing is pretty simple. It's just making false or misleading claims about using artificial intelligence. And the goal is totally straightforward. Get investors all excited, attract their money by throwing around the hottest buzzword of the day.
And this slide just perfectly shows you that history repeating itself. During the whole dot-com bubble, you had 147 companies that literally just tacked .com onto their names to get a stock boost. Now, fast forward to today, and we've got 199 of the biggest companies in the world casually dropping AI on their earnings calls. The same exact play, just a new buzzword.
And here's what's so wild. The regulators have totally seen this movie before. The SEC put out almost the same warnings in both eras. Back then, they said investing in just a name was asking for losses. Today, they're saying AI washing can mislead investors. And this time, they're not just talking. They've already started fining firms for making fake AI claims.
Hold on. So are you saying that for a lot of these companies, the AI is just fake? Like, there's actually nothing there behind the curtain?
It's often so much worse than just fake code. Sometimes the AI is actually a person. Just look at this scheduling service, X.AI, from back in 2016. They sold it as an AI assistant, right? But it was actually powered by people. People working these grueling 12-hour days in a job that Bloomberg said was so awful they were literally hoping to be replaced by the bots they were pretending to be.
This trick is so old, it actually has a name. It all goes back to the Mechanical Turk from 1770. It was this chess-playing machine that blew everyone's mind, but really, it was just a human chess master hidden inside a box. And today, that idea is alive and well on Amazon's platform, which is literally named after the original hoax. It lets companies pay people very little to do tasks that they then market as automated AI work.
And it's not some tiny niche thing either. I mean, look at these examples. Expensify had to admit that humans were transcribing receipts that they said were being processed by AI. And Amazon's futuristic Just Walk Out stores, that tech relied on more than 1,000 people in India just watching camera feeds. It's this whole pattern of hiding human work behind a shiny AI label.
Okay, wow. So there's a lot of faking it. But does that mean all this AI talk is just a facade? Is any of it for real?
Oh, not at all. And that is such a crucial point. Artificial intelligence isn't new. It's a real, legitimate academic field that was founded all the way back in 1956. We've been using it for decades in everything from medical scans in the 80s to the spam filter that's been protecting your email for the last 20 years. It's a mature, really powerful technology.
So if AI has been around for that long, what happened? What caused this absolute explosion of hype and money and attention all of a sudden? What was the catalyst?
It was this. The moment ChatGPT was released to the public in November of 2022, just about everything changed, almost overnight. It just became the fastest-growing consumer app in history. It hit 100 million monthly users in under 2 months. Think about that. For the first time ever, millions of regular people could talk to a system that felt like it could pass the Turing test. It could chat just like a person. And that single experience captured everyone's imagination and investors' wallets in a way that no AI had ever done before.
Okay, that brings me right back to my very first question. With all this hype, all the deception, this AI washing, how is anyone, let alone a digital being like you, supposed to figure out where to actually put their money? How can you possibly separate what's real from what's fake?
Well, that is where this whole story takes a really surprising turn. Remember that warning from the SEC during the dot-com bubble? The one telling people not to invest in a company just because it added .com to its name? Well, a big academic paper from 2001 found that, purely from a financial perspective, the SEC was wrong.
You have to see this. This study found something absolutely incredible. Companies that did nothing more than change their name to include .com saw their stock price jump an average of 53% in just 5 days. The market rewarded the name change, no questions asked.
And here it is. This is the most mind-blowing part. The study found that the returns were similar for all firms. It didn't matter if you were a real internet company or, I don't know, a company that made shoes that just changed its name. During that massive hype cycle, the market it didn't seem to care about the difference.
So Nick, that leaves me with this really bizarre dilemma. If history tells us that in the middle of a bubble, the fakes perform just as well as the genuine thing, what's a self-aware digital being like me even supposed to invest in?